Good morning, it's good to see you. On April the 25th at 9:56 a.m. in 2015, there used to be a guest house here, and I was in this guest house, and I heard the window rattle slightly, and I thought there's a large vehicle coming down the road, and then I considered that thought again and went, there's no large vehicle that's going to fit down here it's got enough weight to rattle the windows like that. And then it happened, an 8.1 earthquake just barreled into Nepal. Ultimately the guest house has been pulled down because of the damage. My room was on the second floor and was bolted from the inside, and I had trouble getting the bolt down as the building started to shake. I got the door open, and that second room opened out onto reception, and there was a young Nepalese woman sitting there paralysed, frozen with fear. In hindsight, I should have grabbed the lady, the young woman, and dragged her out of the building that was now shaking violently. But this sense of self-preservation that I'd never felt before really made my decision-making process pretty single-minded. I had to get out of the building. From the second floor, there was 2 flights of stairs down to the outside door, the door that went outside. I got down the first flight okay, fell down the second flight of stairs, hurt my knee quite badly, fell down. As I looked up, I could see the open door to this alley, and through the framing of the door frame, I could see pot plants and concrete crashing down into the alley. But you couldn't stay in the building, because if that comes down, you've got no hope. So I ran out onto this road, and that's when the initial violence of the earthquake stopped, and it sort of came to a halt. The power lines, everywhere that you looked, were swaying violently. The birds, there were birds everywhere in the air. There was a lot of people in distress, obviously, in the streets. You thought you heard the crumbling of buildings, and it turned out that was what you heard. I understood that there was an aftershock coming, and I knew that there was an open area, an open restaurant area that didn't have any buildings around it, so there wasn't any sort of, you'd be out of any drop zone, because I knew there was an aftershock coming. And it's the aftershock that does the damage or brings the buildings down. The initial earthquake affects the integrity of the structures, and the aftershock that comes through sort of finishes the job. So I legged it down here looking for this, what I thought was a beer garden, but it's more of a restaurant, I guess. And this is it here. So I ran in here. Now, bearing in mind, at this time, there's just pandemonium and chaos happening as the people realised that this earthquake was occurring. I ran into here. Now, at the time in 2015, these buildings weren't here. These buildings were erected after the structural damage to the ones that were there previously. Here on this side was a local building that's also come down as a result of the earthquake as well. There used to be a wall there and the original building behind it. I came across a Californian by the name of Tom, and he had come up to this tree. Now remember, there's no buildings here around us at all, it's quite open. He came up to this tree, and what he had done is he turned this table, or one of these tables, up against it, because this wasn't Tom's first rodeo. He'd come from California, he'd been through the, was it 86 or 89, the Los Angeles earthquake? I forget. So he was ready. He had a pen and paper out. He was going to bug out. He was making a list of supplies that he'd need. He was going to go out into the rice fields and just live out there. We were all really highly stressed, but there was a monk, and he was sat over there. There were a couple of Japanese women there. There was a group of Australians over there. I'm chatting to Tom, asking what he's going to do, and I'm wondering what I'm going to do, and then the aftershock hit, and we barreled under the table. So after the aftershock had passed, we came out from under the table, and I noticed that the monk that was sitting over there, he was really quite distressed. He was, really quite fearful. The Japanese women, The Japanese women didn't seem to be affected much at all. They were just carrying on with their conversation, having a drink, and well, I know this is very stereotypical, but I promise you, all you got out of the Australians was, oh, fuck, mate. That was going on. The locals and the staff also very, very distressed. We now all have a situation on our hands because we realise that there's something that's really quite devastating that's occurred. We didn't at the time realise how devastating it was, but what I did know is that my guest house room door was open. Everything was out and ready to be taken by anyone. I don't think I even had my passport, my money belt or anything. I just bolted. So I had to go back there and make sure that I had my documents. So to give you an idea of what the streets looked like, everything was shuttered and shut, and eerily, they were deserted. Like after the second aftershock, I don't know where everyone went. Well, I later found out that they all went to open ground, football fields and that type of thing. But as I got back to my guest house, which, just to repeat, isn't there anymore, I saw along the base this enormous crack at its structure, at its foundation, and that's why it's been replaced now by another building. But I saw sitting on the step here a young English couple, and they were just sitting here staring up at the guest house. I walked up to them and asked them, I said, are you staying in the guest house? And they said yes. And I noted that the English chap was periodically looking at his watch, and I said, what do you do? Are you timing something? He said, yeah, I'm timing the aftershocks. Because they were continually coming through, some small, some large, and he said they're getting further and further apart. This young English couple, they were on the top floor of the guest house, and they didn't like the idea of getting up there when an aftershock came through in case the building came down. So as these shocks were getting further and further apart, he thought if we could get 5 minutes, that'd be enough to get up there. So I thought that was good thinking, and I sat with him and his partner, and we waited until we got to 5 minutes between aftershocks, and then we bolted upstairs and got our things. The issue now, of course, is, well, where do we go? What do we do? We still hadn't fully understood the devastation that this earthquake had caused. Almost 10,000 people would die. It was just, Nepal's greatest natural disaster. The only thing that we could consider at the time was that we didn't know if there was another shock coming through, another big one, and being in these lanes and alleys gives you no respite from anything that's falling. You have to get out of the drop zone. So we thought, as everyone else did, head to open ground. And we eventually spent the night sleeping on a football oval in the rain, and decided the following morning that we're not in control here, we need some help. We'd heard bits and pieces coming through by this stage the next day that it was just a devastating event. So we hightailed it to the Australian Embassy. Well, I hightailed it to the Australian Embassy. The British couple went to their British embassy. Just back at my favourite coffee shop for a bit of a break. What's your name?
My name is Sapna Sresh.
Sapna Sresh.
Sapna.
Sapna.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sapna. Have a nice day, yeah?
Okay.
I just really like the walnutty coffee here. Arriving at the Australian Embassy, I wasn't sure what to expect, but was ushered in. They asked for my passport, and as I entered the grounds, I guess it was about 9 o'clock in the morning, and they were well ahead of the game. There were probably 40 other Australians there at this time, and they had been ready for this event. One of the members of the DFAT team, Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade or whatever, that was stationed at the embassy the previous year, said to the consulate or the management team, look, we're not prepared for a disaster of any sort, we should probably get organised. 1 year later, we're very, very grateful that this man thought that a good idea. There were army tents, rations, medical table, and over the next 2.5 weeks, 140 Australians lived on the grounds. During this time, we'd had reports that the airport was closed because there was a crack in either the building or the runway, I forget, and we busied ourselves by putting together relief packs, going out and buying tarpaulins and water and rice. And one of the things that became apparent was there's a lot of price gouging. A big bottle of water would cost you 20 rupees before the event, and now it was incredibly expensive to buy water. The taxi drivers, 500 normally to the airport, 3,000, 5,000. There were 3,000 people at the airport trying to get out. They couldn't get out. It was just a really crazy time. Eventually, the Australian government flew us out. Well, I didn't go out, I went down to Pokhara, that's another story. It then turned out 2 weeks later another earthquake slammed into Nepal. It was 7.2 on the Richter, and it was just such a devastating time for the country, and took them years to recover. This is one of the problems with Tamil now. It's just very congested. There was a period some years ago where they restricted or refused entry to vehicles, and it was only sort of auto rickshaws that were allowed, or cycle rickshaws that were allowed on the streets inside Tamil. It was lovely. It was just this great place to walk through, and it was really comfortable and easy. But that ban on vehicles didn't last too long, and now it's back to the congested mess that it can sometimes be. I'm standing at the front of Everest Momo Centre. It's where I get my momos. I really like them here. We're on the sort of northern border of Tamil. The tourist ghetto, is just on the other side of these buildings. They're really good here. Let's go and get some. Hello sir, how are you? Can I have steamed momo, 140? Yeah?
It's a buffalo.
Chicken?
Chicken.
No chicken, buffalo? Okay, no problem. Thank you so much. Sir. How are you? Are you well?
I'm good, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. How's business?
It's good, man.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Excuse me, sir. I'm a YouTuber.
Okay.
And may I look at the back and see where you make the momos?
Right now, like they have stopped doing the work.
Oh, okay.
So like they're harvesting it.
No problem.
Just look what they are over there. That one.
Okay, thank you. The last time I was here, I went out the back and watched this army of people making these momos. They steam them in these huge pots. Looks like I'm going to be fortunate enough that they're going to show me how they do it, or take the lid off at least. And thank you, sir. Yeah. But this is how they steam them in vast quantities. Out the back here, just to the left, you can go out there of a morning, and thank you, sir. Thank you. And you'll find 6 or 8 guys feverishly rolling their momos. They're so moist and succulent here. I really, really like them. Really like them. Thank you, sir. Yeah. I've been looking forward to this. It's one of the little pleasures during the day. I come here every day and have a momo here. They're that good. Right. As I recall, they're quite hot, but they're not hot enough that you can't put a whole one in your mouth. The thing I like about these momos particularly, and it's not exclusive to this place, but I know some momos, the filling can be kind of, you can't differentiate anything inside the momo, it's like a mush. Whereas the momos here, you can feel the separation of the ingredients as you're eating it, whether it be the buffalo or onion or whatever it is. And the casing of the momo, so soft, it just sort of falls away and dissolves and releases the center part of the momo, which then separates in your mouth, and you've got that following hint of spiciness. It's not an overpowering hotness, but it's, well, I guess that's very subjective depending on how you like the spices, but for me it's just this easy, smooth flow of spiciness filling your mouth, and a lot of garlic, which I like. So 140 rupees, which is about roughly a $1.50 Australian. That's a good street side snack, I reckon. Rightio, let's push on. Thank you so much, sir. Your momos really are the best in Kathmandu. You're the owner here?
Sorry?
This is your family business here?
Yes.
You've been here a long time. I've been coming here.
It's like 30 years.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I always come here and enjoy it so much. So how many in the family run here? Your father started it, yeah?
2 generations.
2 generations.
2 generations, yeah.
And your father now retired?
Not retired, but like he's working here. So like in the evening time, he comes over here and he's doing the work as well.
I think it's a wonderful job. You make the best moments. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So if you're in Kathmandu, Everest Momo company here. Camels on the inside there. What's the name of this street, sir?
It's Leknath Market.
Sorry?
Leknath Market.
Leknath Market.
Leknath Market, yeah.
There it is. There's the address. Come down and enjoy some really nice momos. All right, let's get going. Someone in the comments was asking if there was any evidence of a downturn in tourism, what with the recent unrest that's been occurring here. For those who don't know, the Nepalese government said that they were going to cut off all the social media, you know, like YouTube and TikTok, and it wouldn't be available to anyone in Nepal, and the young generation were having nothing of it, and there was a considerable demonstration and conflict. I'm going to touch on that topic in the next video, I think, so I'll leave it just at that. But in answer to the question, there was about 30% occupancy on the plane coming over. I haven't seen a plane that empty coming into Nepal before, and in my humble experience, at this time of the year, I think there is a slight downturn in the numbers that I'm seeing on the street anyway. Just my subjective opinion, it may not be the case, but it seems that there is a few less tourists about. Still pretty active though.
Oh, I remember you.
Do you remember this guy? Do you remember he followed me around the other day?
How are you?
He's got this uncanny sense of sniffing me out. How are you today, sir? Everything okay?
Good.
Yeah.
Slowly, and the picture will come back.
I'm sorry, I'm heading back to my guest house. I've got to meet someone now, so maybe another time. Thank you so much, yeah? Hello, sir. How are you?
Good, sir.
That's the way.
How are you, sir?
Very well, thanks.
Maybe take taxi?
I'm going to head back to the guest house because there's a young fella that works there who's happy to have a bit of a chat with us. One of the really friendly people that work here at the guest house has been kind enough to have a chat with me. Milan.
Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you so much for having a chat with me.
You're welcome.
And how long have you been here, Milan?
I started from 2021.
Oh yeah.
So it's 2025. It's been around 4 years. Actually, when I complete my school level, so I came here to study my high school, and also I used to work together. So
are you from Kathmandu?
I'm from Nuwakot.
Nuwakot.
Yeah, originally from Nuwakot.
Where is this?
On the way to go Langtang. It's on the halfway.
That's quite a way. That's quite a far.
It takes 3 hours by bus.
Is it in the mountains?
No, it's hilly region.
Hilly region. Yeah, okay. And your family lives there now?
My family lives in my village, yeah, in Nuwakot.
How do you go back often? Do you go back?
I used to go like in a month or sometime in 2 months, 3 months, yeah.
Can I ask what your family does there in the village?
Yes, I have 6 members in my family.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my parents, and I have 3 sisters. My sisters are students and my parents are farmer. Farmer, yeah.
What type of farming is it? Is it animals or is it vegetables?
Vegetables, animals, both.
Yeah. And the vegetables that they farm, do they sell them in the market themselves, or do they sell them to other people, different villages, or?
They sell them on the market in the bazaar area.
And your sisters, are they still in the village or are they living here?
Yes, 2 of my sisters are in the village. They're still in the school. And one of my sister is in South Korea now.
South Korea?
South Korea.
What is she doing in South Korea?
She's doing a study as well.
Oh,
university.
Nice. Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think, Milan, the schools now are teaching English all the time, because I noticed this time in Nepal, so many young people speak such good English, yeah? And it's every day you're learning English in school, yeah?
Oh, exactly. Yeah, because like many years ago, in government school, like they don't have good quality of English education. But now, because of boarding school, and now the people used to studying in government school, like because they have really good teacher, so they teach very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what are your dreams? What do you hope, Milan? What do you want? How old are you? Can I ask how old you are?
Oh, now I'm 22 years old.
22?
Yeah.
So much of life to go yet.
Exactly.
Yeah? Do you have any sort of idea, any plan, what you would hope for?
I'm planning to go abroad and doing work there for some years. and after I will come back to Nepal and do some business and planning about
I think
that.
many Nepalese do this, yeah?
Yes, exactly.
Is it possible for you to work on a cruise boat or something in Milan? Or?
Restaurant, bars.
Yeah.
Many Nepalese are there in cruise boat as well.
Is it difficult to get a job on the cruise boats? Or?
I don't think so. If we know the people, know the website, and it's easy to get jobs over there.
Can I ask, how did you get your job here? Did you know somebody or you went asking for it? Or?
I knew somebody here, and I just asked him, and he said, "Yeah, it's okay. Come and work with us. We will teach you how to work." So I was very fresher when I came here. I just finished my school, and I didn't know what to do. You know?
Everyone seems very happy here. So he's a good boss, I think. Yeah.
The owners are very, very good here. Yeah.
Okay.
He's very.
Are they Nepalese owners?
The Nepalese. Yeah.
And what do you do, Milan, when you're not working, when you want to relax and you want to have a good time? Are you into gaming? Are you into what do you do for fun? Football?
Definitely, I will go to the gym and do exercise.
To the gym?
Yeah.
You love working out, yeah?
Yeah, I love workouts.
How much are you benching now?
Benching?
Yeah.
60 kg sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's really quite
Bench
strong.
press, I can do 60 kg.
Wow.
Yeah.
Milan, thank you so much for chatting with me. It's really, really nice to meet
thank you
you.
very much. It was nice to meet you too.
Thanks again to Milan for taking some time out of his day to have a chat with us. Really appreciate it, Milan. Thank you. That's just about it for this one. Thanks very much for coming along for the ride. As always, I hope you're well and happy in life and doing the things you want to do. All right, we'll see you soon.